I think the amount of threshold, I think that's going to be changing. I think people are doing too much threshold.
So Q&A, baby, let's go. Who you got on the World Cup? Ollie is throwing up normal. Do you guys really train that hard? Charles Hicks, last post, 178 average heart rate for a long run. If you have some time to talk about heart rate. Favorite heart rate number?
Favorite heart rate number?
Yeah.
6-7.
Ask Morgan about the time he quit running for a week. What dictates whether you call George or Geordie?
Depending on the mood he's in.
Why hasn't Morgan been wearing the OAC kit? How do you think about body weight, both for performance and mental health?
People obviously struggle with body image issues and, in all seriousness, like, it's a very difficult situation to deal with.
If Yao weren't running professionally, what career would you pursue? How do you measure your effort while cross-training and how often do you do it? How do you ensure you get a good night's sleep when traveling for camps or races? Who would win in an all-out 100 from blocks? How do you balance trying to race a lot in high fitness and not overdoing it to avoid injury? Pre-race caffeine routine. Can I get free on shoes? How do you interpret how you feel on a pre-race warm-up? At times it's bad, but I race well. Who was the naughtiest out of George, Morgan, and Ollie and got the most spankings growing up?
Geordie.
What are some current trends in running that seem genius, but in the future will be irrelevant?
I'm going to really piss off a lot of people here. I think people are doing too much threshold.
Find out more on the Coffee Club podcast.
Okay.
Like and subscribe.
Coffee Club. Grab your beans and your favorite mug. It's Ollie, Morgan, George, and Gus.
It's the
Boys from Coffee Club. Deal.
ding. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Coffee Club podcast for episode 236. And today we are. It's yours, Paul, as well. This has been staying on good. Happy 4th of July, everyone, if you celebrate. So those don't celebrate, happy Saturday. Happy Coffee Club Day, whenever you're listening to this. For those that do celebrate, Ollie and I do have a little song to sing for you. Shall we?
Let's hit it.
3, 2, 1. Because we support
But the US, the US, the US. That's the way we like it. We like it. We love it.
Epic scenes. Amazing.
Fantastic. Honestly,
Actually, that's
no notes.
really grown on me.
Fantastic. Actually, very positive, I think. Compared to a lot of the Australian chants,
They were funny.
They're just more funny than positive. But it's nice to see the US produce some positive chants.
They're trying.
Yeah. And we appreciate it.
Yeah. So today is actually, we're going to do things a little bit differently for normal. Pretty much, we got so many lovely Q&A from everyone. Thank you to everyone who did submit them on our Instagram. And we're going to try and answer every single question. We're going to do the best that we can. We'll see how long it takes, and we'll try speedrun them all. Well, actually, no, we'll take however long it takes. Before we do get into it, Ollie does have a message coming from the man up top.
Yeah, CEO Gus was here for the last podcast. He was quite impressed with everyone, particularly Seth, which, was great to have him on. But his message has always been clear. Like, comment, and subscribe if you can. Our goal is to reach 20K by the end of this year.
What are we at, 19.9?
Yeah, probably 19.9. Actually, no, I haven't checked. But we appreciate all your support. But if you are new to this, new to the game, like, comment, subscribe. Gus will be very, very happy. He'll get us off our ass, and we can actually start growing this beautiful community we have.
Well said.
Well said.
This works. Have you tried this?
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
Does it look
I'm going to
weird?
try it.
Be honest, does it look weird?
Nah, it looks great.
Okay, cool. Also, big shout out to Stryd for sponsoring this podcast. Tom, a little bit of dramatic music, please. Your real progress in running builds over months and years of training. That progress shows up in your race times, which... Can I restart this?
Yeah.
Your real progress in running builds over months and years of training. That progress shows up in your race times, but it goes much further. With today's sponsor, Stryd, you can quantify how your form changes, how your strength and resilience develop, and a whole lot more about your growing as a runner. Stryd clips onto the laces of your shoes within seconds, pairs with your watch to track the effort that you put in every single day. Learn more about Stryd at stryd.live/coffeeclub. That was better, right?
That was perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, we're really taking it by stride, to be honest.
Yeah.
Stride by stride, we get better, as you do with Stryd pods.
Dude, love striding with my Stryd pods. Yeah, thank you to Stryd. Sorry, Tom's putting stuff in the notes as we speak. He said we're not allowed to skip any questions. We'll see about that. One question that we do have from the Q&A related to Stryd: how to use the power data from the Stryd pods compared to your heart rate and lactate data? Great question. Thank you.
Good question, yeah.
So, as someone that does try to collect a lot of data when they do my threshold sessions, in particular, using all three of those, heart rate, lactate, and power, there is nuance to it. It's not as if every single day you rock up and you say, I'm going to hit this power and that's going to equal this heart rate, that's going to equal that lactate. You do have to, over time, kind of develop what the different things mean. I would say that power is super useful because you're getting that in real time compared to lactate. Heart rate, we sometimes use as well, but I think power is more powerful as a real-time measure. So if I'm going to start a threshold session, I will use power to guide the first few reps, and then in combination with lactate testing after the reps, then I think you can really dial it in. And the great thing about power is that it takes into account all the different factors such as surface and wind, and hills. So, if you're running somewhere different from normal, rather than trying to rely on pace, you can rely on power, and it should, in theory, result in a more accurate representation of the effort that your body's putting in so that you can dial in those threshold sessions and knock them out of the park.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I mean, yeah, we knock it out of the park with threshold. Well, we try to at least. And
Stryd helps us do that.
Stryd helps us do that.
Thank you. Also, go check out the newest episode of CCTV, episode 2, the George Beamish episode, much anticipated. George
Beamish special. If you want to awaken that part of your life and dive into the performance from a lookalike of Timothy Chalamet, do it. And we also are taking feedback and recipes. Potentially George Beamish starting off a cooking show. We're thinking about it. He could be the Martha Stewart of the running world. Maybe not go to jail. We don't want Geordie to go into jail, but we would like to see him.
But he will commit tax evasion.
Yeah, tax fraud. My headphones fell. Tax fraud could happen, but...
Sorry, that was a joke, just if anyone from the IRS is listening.
Yeah, that was a joke. We are joking. But in all seriousness, we'd love to see George maybe put on that apron and show us what he's made of in the kitchen.
Literally.
So
Q&A, baby, let's go. Who you got on the World Cup?
Well, our team is still in it. Well, we don't know at this point, 4th of July. Maybe they're not.
They could have been knocked out by now.
They could have been knocked out by Egypt. I feel confident. Am I going to look stupid afterwards? Maybe, but I believe in our boys. Geordie Boss has been playing great. Maybe Nestor Irakunda pulls out a great performance. Connor Metcalf. We could have the boys. I could name off the whole team, but I'm excited. Salah.
So obviously Australia is our first pick.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win the World Cup though, besides Australia?
Well,
it's so hard to bet against France.
I think it's the dictator. Dude, I think Mbappe.
He's got his troops in
watching
line.
that game, they were on third gear, and they looked like they were
having fun.
Absolute fun. Beautiful football. I've never seen a manager bow to a player getting subbed off for the World Cup. That was kind of insane. They look incredible. I think Spain have all the set pieces. I think Argentina do as well. However, the pace and the way that France plays the game, I think they're better than Argentina right now. England, is great to see them just getting through. Sir Harry Kane, shout out, absolute legend. He carried the England team, who were down a goal.
I heard they're going to make him the president now.
Yeah, I think he's going to be the president of England, which I'm pretty sure is a role.
It is England. Now. That's how good he is.
He's the president of England now. And Spain, I don't know. I'm yet to see some magic from Spain. I think they've been playing well, but I want to see some magic. I want to see some Lamine Yamal magic. I haven't seen it yet, so we'll wait and see. But yeah, I put France more.
France is so hard.
What do you think?
Yeah, the thing is boring. I think obviously France is going to win. I think it could literally be like France-Argentina again.
Same.
And I wouldn't even be mad about it because all the games so far have been so good, particularly in this knockout stage.
Oh yeah.
So I'm picking France for the dub.
Oh yeah, they've been fantastic.
Aside from Australia, obviously.
And I do want to shout out one thing by watching every single game. shout out to the African nations. I think they've been playing absolutely incredible. Dr. Congo played amazing.
Morocco plays some really pretty football.
Morocco, I mean, they were semi-finalists in Qatar, so really talented team. But Senegal, I don't know what the result is, but a lot of the African teams, I think 9 out of 10 made it through to the knockout round 32, which is so impressive. Just shows you African football is really progressing, and congratulations to those African countries doing incredible stuff on the pitch. And Australia, the last Asian team left. Hopefully continuing. Yeah, Japan.
Oh yeah,
knocked out by Brazil. Incredible game.
Team Japan.
Incredible game.
I thought they were going to get that done as well.
Japan were up 1-0, and then Brazil just showed why Brazil came back 2 goals, and incredible game. Particularly 2 heavily respected and heavily I think Japan goes in every World Cup as a dark horse, but they have this 100-year plan, Morgan.
They're getting better and better every World Cup for sure.
They have a 100-year plan to be the best nation in the world at football, soccer.
What was year 0 of the 100-year plan?
When the plan started.
So when was that? Just for reference, how far into the plan are we?
I think 20, 30 years maybe.
It's been going for 20, 30 years?
Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. Maybe 50 years. But yeah, they've been chipping away at it, and I tell you what, a lot of depressing venue organizers and cleaners are going to be really upset about Japan leaving. They usually are doing the job for them and cleaning up after the games are concluded. So
apologies to all those cleaners.
To all those cleaners. You're going to have to deal with some rowdy fans leading on. But yeah, World Cup fever's still there, still exciting. And shout out to Robert Falcon, Germany.
Dude, that was tough.
Really tough. I had a dinner with him afterwards for Mario's birthday. And Robert just said Paraguay's going to win now because they beat Germany. So
it's the only way.
That's his pick for the World Cup winner is Paraguay. But tough for Germany, tough for Netherlands as well.
Yeah, but Netherlands, I feel I think Morocco looked better. I
think when you get to the penalty stages, but unless it's a really possession-heavy team on one side, I think it's a 50. They both teams.
But I feel like Morocco had. I mean, we're getting a bit more into the weeds, but I think Morocco they had the possession, they looked good. So I feel like
they did look very good.
They had momentum.
They did, yeah.
Next question. Ollie, this is, if you didn't watch the episode of Coffee Club TV, this might not make so much sense to you, so go check that out first. Ollie, is throwing up normal? Do you guys really train that hard? Love hard. Well done with that commitment.
Thank you for the commitment. Actually, it wasn't about the workout. I have a acid reflux problem. Which has been going on for a while. I throw up on regular runs, not just workouts.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, I mean, cat's out of the bag now.
What do you mean? Do you have to not eat certain foods now?
You can't have coffee before, in the mornings. I can't have coffee anymore.
Don't you have to avoid water? Tomatoes and stuff?
I haven't been eating that many tomatoes, to be honest, but I've tried different methods of how to have my coffee, doing different things like that. I think it is getting a little bit better. That day particularly, it was really bad. I think the heat and the dehydration really caused my just stuff stuck in my throat, and then it causes my GAD reflex to activate. So yeah, it wasn't actually to do with the workout. The workout was actually pretty comfortable for me. It was more this acid reflux problem, and you can ask any of my teammates, whether it's a 5-mile easy run or a really, really hard session, I'm usually gagging halfway through a run because I can't tolerate the what's happening with my throat. So
this is every workout now you're throwing up?
Not throwing up, I usually stop and then try and compose myself, and then I'll join the team afterwards. It's probably every run, yeah. Been happening every run for a little while, so we're looking into it. That doesn't
sound good.
No, we're looking into it. But yeah, so I mean, there were some issues with my race in LA with that too. I'm hoping to get it fixed. I mean, there's a chewable thing you can take for acid reflux, and there's other stuff, but I don't like taking anything unless it's a certified supplements, or you're always kind of looking into things. But yeah, it'll hopefully sort itself out. Actually, at the moment, the past couple of runs, it's actually not been too bad. So hopefully I can just keep that method that I've currently got going, and yeah, it should be fine. But yeah, no, thank you for that. I think I work hard.
There are a few people on the team that do throw up from time to time on more difficult workouts. There's a couple who it's a thing. Also, if you take bicarb, that makes certain people throw up a bit more as well. So people do train that hard for sure, that they are throwing up occasionally. But most people don't throw up ever. But But altitude also definitely makes you throw up more as well, I would say, because I've only thrown up at altitude after races, I think. So that's a factor. Next question. Charles Hicks last post, 178 average heart rate for a long run. If you have some time to talk about heart rate. Well,
it's so...
Charles Hicks, I don't know if he's... So I've had issue with some of his previous heart rate related posts. I don't know if I've ever talked about them on the podcast, but I don't know if he's still using his wrist heart rate because that's infamously not accurate.
Yeah.
Also, maybe if he's using a strap now, then I would believe it. 178 average heart rate does sound high for a long run, but also if you're doing a really hard long run and your max heart rate is really high, I guess it's possible. The thing with heart rate is that it's so individual because everyone has different max heart rates in different zones. So you can't really comment that much, but you can see when you can see like an individual's heart rate data, you can see different discrepancies in that. And that's really like the only use for it is like comparing it to yourself, like comparing an individual to an individual, if that makes sense.
Is he running in Eugene or Portland?
Eugene?
Well, I mean, there you go.
Maybe Park City now?
There you go. Well, if he's running in Eugene, that's why his heart rate is so high. He gets to run in Eugene. One of the greatest places.
Or happiness.
Yeah, either or. One of the greatest places in the world to live, run, train, and be a professional athlete. Almost as good as Flagstaff. So, maybe he's just excited.
Probably in Portland, that would be probably like 140.
Yeah.
Because he's in Eugene 170.
The one thing that is with the 78 heart rate is he is at sea level. So I don't know if that changes things when you're at altitude sea level, your heart rate, but...
You can get your heart rate higher at sea level.
Yeah. Which, I mean, and also he's quite young too. I mean...
He's a young whippersnapper, unlike us.
He's a young whippersnapper. We're like aged, like fine juice boxes.
Exactly. Not wines yet.
We don't drink wine.
Do mustaches make you faster? This question is from Craig. No, just kidding.
Well, considering Cam Myers right now and
did he have a mustache?
Niels Laros, they can't grow mustaches. So no.
Cam has had one, hasn't he?
Well, I wouldn't call that a mustache. I mean, I love him, but I think he's got some years ahead of him.
He had a mustache, or he's trying to have a mustache.
He tried to grow some
when in indoors, maybe.
Yeah, he tried to grow some facial hair, and it was a bit patchy. I mean, he's only 20, so he's still got some work to do with his facial hair. But I don't know if it's making. I think him with the buzz cut and shaved faces, and same with Laros. Like those are the two young guns, and they're running pretty quick.
What about personal experience for you? You've had mustache / beard / fully shaved at different points in your career. What do you feel like has worked the best for you?
I think the beard has actually worked quite well for me personally.
Like a Josh Kerr beard, you might say?
Yeah, like the Josh Kerr beard, but you can't grow the mustache bit, and it's just like the rest of it's really But like Kerr's beard's kind of like my beard shapes in my chin. Kerr's beard just goes out. He he cultivates it.
He cultivates
it. Like a crop of wheat. Like he kind of like
he goes to the barber and asks him,
he kind of shapes it a little bit. I don't have that type of facial hair, unfortunately. But I think mustaches do make you faster.
I think generally, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it makes you look quick. If you want to look quick, yeah, mustaches do the job.
And that's half the battle.
That is half the battle, yeah.
So I would say overall, yes.
Yeah.
Favorite heart rate number?
Favorite heart rate number?
Yeah.
6'7".
Yeah, I knew you were gonna. I thought you were gonna say 69. To be honest,
69. Nah, well, 67 to 69 is the fun ratio. That's usually my average heart rate when I'm playing running
Overwatch or playing running.
Overwatch is like 180. Particularly if I'm a support. If I'm a support, my heart rate's at 180. If I'm tank, my heart rate's low. But my favorite heart rate. You know what I think is the fun heart rate is? Have you ever got your heart rate over 200, Morgs?
Never.
I've always wanted to do it. I don't think I've ever had that.
Never.
When I've seen like Cam and other people, young people in the sport, like post their stuff and they like got heart rate like 198, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, if I did a workout and my heart rate hit 200, I would probably just stop immediately.
I would probably go to the ambulance. Yeah,
I'd be like, I'm about to die.
Freaking out, but it'd be cool to get in the 90s, 200s. That's my favorite number.
Dude, I think you're 100% correct there. I think like 200 is the coolest.
Yeah, it's like I think it's cool. Like I remember there was a period. I don't know if it was recent, Morgs, but where like everyone's like, oh, your lower heart rate doing threshold's cooler. But like if you have a really high heart rate and you're like chilling, kind of means you're just like young. You got a heart going.
It means you're built different.
You are built different. Or you're having a stroke. Either one.
Yeah, could be a bad thing as well.
Could be a bad thing,
but yeah, 200. I think that's a good answer. Ask Morgan about the time he quit running for a week to pursue professional basketball.
Well, this was in college.
I think this question comes from my friend Jack Jones, who is a basketball. Guess his height. You just said it before.
6'7".
Yeah. He's tall.
Damn.
He played basketball in college in America, coming over from Australia. So actually in high school, I got really into basketball. It was circa probably 2011. No, when was Dirk Nowitzki beating the Miami Heat? It was whenever that was, probably 2011, I would say.
Yeah.
And, so I used to hang out at lunch at the basketball courts. I used to hoop it up a little bit. All the basketball players would be there, and I would be there kind of like doing my thing, just hanging out. I wouldn't really play. I was more like one of those guys that would like eat lunch and like watch other people play.
Dude, this sounds like the start of a movie of where you like become this amazing basketball player and you go to like the NBA.
And actually to the point where, because I used to have an exemption from summer sports because for those who don't know, in Australia, there's like summer with school. If you go to like a school like Ollie, like sport is compulsory, and the summer sports and winter sports. Cross country was a winter sport, but athletics, track is like not a summer sport. It's
it was
like
like
in
a
between.
Fall sport.
It's like in
Or
between.
spring sport, yeah, it was in between.
So there's a bunch of summer sports, and those would be like cricket and tennis. I played tennis for a bit, and basketball is one of the summer sports. And I was exempt from summer sport because I was doing athletics.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have to do one, but for a little bit, when I was like I hadn't done summer sport for like 3 years, and then a little bit I played basketball for the team, and I was terrible. Yeah, I was really bad.
I just swam. I remember just doing swimming.
Was that a sport, or were you like exempt and that was like a thing that you did on the side, or was that a real sport? Because water polo was a summer sport.
Water polo was a summer sport. I mean, I would love to do some water polo. I think maybe it was exempt, but it counted towards the sport thing, I think. Because we did swim a lot. Like our main swimming was the summer. But but I remember in college very vividly when I first joined Madison as a young whippersnapper, the boys, the Wisconsin senior boys, particularly, and sophomore and junior boys, crushing it on the basketball court. Like in the fall, in the off season, we'd go and play basketball, and it was intense
at the courts outside.
At the courts outside. Where was it? It's like that section in the middle of the
Van Cleef.
That's right. Yeah,
something like that.
And we were like, it was hot. Like I went in thinking like, oh, this is going to be a bit of fun. It was intense. It was
this was street ball.
Super, super intense. And Morgan was very good at getting the ball out.
Use my body.
Use your body. Get the rebounds.
Use my hips.
Joe Hardy was very good at shooting threes.
Yeah,
you just turn around and shoot a three.
He was money.
Yeah, he'd always have it locked in. But that was a fun time. That's when I thought, oh, Morgan's had some experience here.
Good vibes. You could tell I'd been watching everyone else play basketball during lunch for a long time. Thank you, Jack, for the question. What dictates whether you call George or Geordie?
Depending on the mood he's in.
Yeah, I agree.
It depends on the mood. Geordie
can piss him off sometimes.
Yeah, so I think usually if Geordie doesn't make eye contact with you, it's like he's a little skittish. Then you use George, and then if he comes in and pokes fun at you, comes in with that kind of little Kiwi, what's up, bro? Then you got the Geordie. But yeah, he's like Morgan and I, different sides of the coin sometimes. Morgan gets
Great
called
metaphor.
Morgan gets called Morgan gets called Morgs, or Morgie, I guess, or Morgan. I get called dickhead. Geordie. I mean, I feel like he's fine with either now, but I do notice quite a bit that people closer to him use George, and then people like media or like people that aren't that close to them use Geordie actually more, which is interesting.
Well, there was a big confusion because in college, at some point, he branded himself as Geordie.
He did, because that's how I knew him.
And so, like, he's literally, his name on a start list would be Geordie Beamish.
Yeah.
And it's like that doesn't just happen. Like, it was like that was how he was, and then he tried to rebrand as George, but then it got a little bit confusing.
Yeah.
So he would tell us, like, when we met him, that he prefers George over Geordie, and we were like, well, that makes sense because George is your name, but then how did Geordie ever enter the equation in an official sense? And he hasn't really ever answered that question. I think he likes to downplay that. At one point, he must have said, I prefer Geordie.
Yeah, I think
the only way.
He's hiding behind it. I mean, it actually, for my East Coast friends, it actually really resembles Dunkin' Donuts. Because they went Dunkin'
That's
Donuts.
What I always say.
Dunkin' Donuts, and then they went Dunkin'.
Yes.
And then it's like, but you sell donuts still. And
it's confusing.
It was Dunkin' Donuts before.
And they try to,
And it's like, nah, it's Dunkin'. It's the same with also HBO Max, because HBO, and then it was HBO Max,
And then
and
Max.
and then
It's like-
Max, and then now it's HBO.
It's like, can you blame people for calling you still HBO?
Yeah,
No.
and honestly, you are HBO. Geordie is George. George is Geordie. So, it's one of those things where we just really enjoy picking and choosing when we can use each or all. Sometimes now, I think if he's in a bad mood, I just use Geordie, and then
To
if he's
make
in
it worse?
and then if he's a good mood, I use George
To make it better.
to make it better. So I go really high on one side and really bad. He's like, "Oh, Ollie's been pretty cool
Polarizing.
today," and then the other day he's like, "Wow, he's a wanker." So, it's always fun. But we're at that relationship now, George, that we can say that. I hope you're listening as well, because he'll have 2 cents. He have the 2 cents about it when I'm in St. Moritz, and you'll be like, "What the fuck, bro? Why would you bring that up again? I thought that was a closed case." I'm like, "Well, you can answer the question for the fans. The fans want to know." And he's like,
Not a close case.
he's like, "Actually, my name is Jorge.
My name is Steve.
My name is Steve. My name is Simon, actually. Shout out. Middle name.
Love it.
Not gonna give information, but yeah, Geordie or George, I'm sure he's actually fine with it."
I'll let you take this one. Why hasn't Morgan been wearing the OAC kit?
So Morgan's getting a custom kit. It's in the works. They're punting it at the moment, reworking it, reshaping it, and it's actually a chicken suit costume with OAC on it.
Oh, it does have OAC on it?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that
No, yeah, he's actually become the mascot, but he's a chicken. He's a chicken suit. And he's going to run on that. And it's actually dynamic because it's got the feathers and everything. So like
it's actually more aerodynamic than a
so when he
regular
runs,
singlet.
he's actually getting a bit of
speed
lift,
suit.
and then all of a sudden you see Morgan's kind of gliding along the track. No, Morgan has left the OAC. He left because I accidentally farted in the elevator, and he's like, "I can't handle this anymore."
That was the final straw. It was actually.
Yeah, that broke the straw that broke the camel's back.
And everyone understood.
Mm.
Everyone understood when I
Dathan
told them
was
that
just
reason.
like, "You know what? Absolutely fair."
Yeah, it made a lot of sense
Yeah.
once I told them that what had happened.
Because he's still a beloved member of the team, even though he's left the team. But I'm still fighting the urge to defend myself about that elevator, fighting lift. But I could have waited to go to reception. But you think of other people, and I didn't at that point.
Woulda, shoulda,
Coulda, yeah. And I
Exactly.
regretting that.
Exactly. How do you think about body weight, both for performance and mental health?
2 very different questions. I think performance, body weight is a thing, but I don't think it's necessarily important if you're doing enough training, if you're eating well. It doesn't really matter. Mental, that's a whole completely different situation. I mean, people obviously struggle with body image issues, and in all seriousness, like, it's a very difficult situation to deal with, and speaking to someone that's a trained professional or having those special people around you is really important, and also identifying the signs of it. In joking aside, I feel like you should probably, if you put on a lot of good weight, like, I'm thinking good weight as in like the weight of responsibility, the weight of
Like fatherhood or something?
Yeah, I think that's where strength that comes from. It's that weight, that extra weight that comes into those races. Drew Hunter is actually 400 pounds. He's actually 400 pounds. He is carrying all that weight of fatherhood. Joey Bags has now got that weight of fatherhood. It's the same with women runners as well.
It's a heavy burden.
After their pregnancy, they've got that weight of being a mother. Having that responsibility, that weight, it just pushes and propels you forward. That's a special weight. There. Morgan and I, the only weight of responsibility we have is making sure that Gus gets his 3 scoops of kibble, and also obviously each other, and making sure that Geordie gets let out of the stable every 2-3 days. Let him out of the stable, so he can go for a run, a little gallop.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I think joke aside, serious aside, I think I answered those questions more.
Nothing to add.
Yeah.
Are you excited for Jingy's return? I would take this one.
Yeah, you should take this one.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I don't know when it's going to be. Feels like he's been gone forever, even though he hasn't realistically actually been gone for that long, but feels like a lifetime. Oh, it's just tough, to see someone that you love just not there anymore. Like, you're just used to it, the consistency,
it's
the reliability.
The sport is unforgiving in how it forgets. And it's forgetting Jingy a little bit. I mean, it feels like, for me, when you're an MCU fan and the Avengers movie's coming up, but it's just taken forever. And like,
is that happening? Are they making more?
I think they're making another one. Yeah.
Really? Like another Avengers?
Yeah. But like, you're waiting for the return. You're waiting for that big exciting thing that matters in your life, which is going to see a 290-minute movie of AI generated slop. I just need it. I just need it. I want Jingy back.
And the rest of the world just seems to like just move forwards, and you just can't. You're just rooted in place.
I think I do have a very soft spot for Norwegians. I mean, going back to the World Cup, Haaland, you know, what an athlete. He's really fun. He's really fun to watch.
He's amazing.
And also just like see in real life, like he went to Texas and bought Texas boots and a cowboy hat.
When in Rome.
And just walking around, like he, just an absolute legend. I think Jingy's the same. He's an absolute legend. So I hope to see them back. And I know Morgan and I are wishing him the best in his progress.
We're rooting for you.
Yes, we are.
If y'all weren't running professionally, what career would you pursue?
It's a
tough one, isn't
it?
It
is a tough one. I always wanted to be a lollipop man.
Yes, that's a good one.
Do they have that in America?
They do, but I don't think they call them lollipop men or women. So I think you'd have to explain it to the non-Australian listeners.
Non-Australian listeners, a lot of our schools, most predominantly the primary schools, which is like your elementary.
Yeah, I think they call it primary school here as well.
In primary schools, you would have this person with a high-vis shirt and like a stick with a stop sign on it, which would be a lollipop stick. And when you'd have kids coming for school or leaving school, you would cross the road and use your body to defend these children from these cars flying down the road. And you'd put your stick up like Gandalf, which is probably why I want to do it. And you'd say, "You shall not pass until these kids cross the road." And that, for me, is a job I always wanted when I went to school. I was like, wow, you just get to hang out here all day. You don't have to be in school. You don't have to be in school, and you can just hang out. And then you just have to just put the stick up like a wizard and stop these magical stop of the cars. I think that would be great. Carl Byrne, a famous comedian in Australia, he had a job that I always wanted to. Was those fire signs, the warning signs, and they have like the arrow that changes from catastrophic to low.
Yeah, like
I want to be
the
guy.
Danger warning.
I want to be the guy that changes the sign. I want to be that. That's for the job I want. Yeah.
Is that all they do, or do they have other responsibilities as well?
No, just that. I think. Yeah, they just got to change the sign. I want to do that. I also would love to be Geordie's social media person, because like bare minimum job, wouldn't have to do much. Really wouldn't have to do much. He's not a big poster, George, so I'd just find a photo of him.
But do you think if you were working that job, he would make you post more, or you think it'd still be the same rhythm?
I think he'd forget. He wouldn't forget. Yeah, he might forget. I mean, it depends. It depends how much he's going to pay me. I mean, Geordie, if you're interested, let me know. But I think I could turn George's Instagram social media into just absolute real rage bait content.
What's stopping you from doing that right now with your own Instagram?
I honestly nothing. Actually, I should go into it. I feel like these days people like to rage bait and they get followers and then they feel some sort of self-worth, and I'm lacking in that. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, the social media job for George, I think the hardest job in the world would be Robert Farkin's social media. Being in that kind of position and under that pressure, it'd be
every day your job's on the line.
Oh yeah, it'd be, you'd either form into a diamond or you just get collapsed into the cosmos. So just from the amount of pressure there. So those are my jobs. What about you, Morgan? What are you thinking? What would your career be without professional running guiding your hand?
What career would you say Mark Zuckerberg does?
Criminal. I don't know. Make data centers and the metaverses.
Yeah.
Escapism.
Yeah.
Or just make the Facebook where Facebook was about ranking women at Harvard University, and
that
then became a social media output. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, perfect.
Kidding. Kidding. I don't know. Maybe just like a philosopher or something.
I could see you being a professor at a university.
No, I would do it in a more informal sense. Like how once upon a time in ancient times, there would be like kind of like the town crier. Well, I don't know if this was the town crier. I guess the town crier was the town crier. There's a different job. The person who was like everyone thought was like crazy, and they were just standing there every day and just like talking.
Mm-hmm.
But like being like deep and philosophical and stuff, like not necessarily in a religious sense, but more in just about life and mortality and the meaning of life. all the good important things.
There's two really big avenues you could go with that, talking in the street like that. You could go from
Tell
just being like that kind of guy. It's like, oh, there's that guy over there. Or there could be the other side where you become like a religious figure and then all of a sudden you start a cult.
I would probably, like, I'd like to say that I wouldn't want to do that, but I think the power would
I think
get to my
inevitably
head.
you'd be like a Paul Atreides and then all of a sudden you're,
Paul Atreides, the Osho,
yeah,
personal favorite of mine.
the Morgan Lisa Galib.
Yeah.
I could see that happening for sure.
So I'd probably be trying to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I don't know what's stopping me from doing that right now.
Yes, exactly. I
fair.
think maybe we're wasting the resources and times that we have.
We got to be pursuing our
Financially,
dreams.
it's not smart. It's like putting all your money in the clown's pocket. It's not smart that we're just sitting here doing nothing. We got to be out there talking on the streets and running social media accounts and
We should
defending
do,
children from cars.
you know what we should do?
Yes.
We should start a podcast.
See, that's an idea that isn't pushed around enough. I think a lot of people aren't realizing that that's a big idea, big focus, and there's a gap in the market for sure. We should definitely look into it.
It looks like Gus is starting to train pretty hard. Is he making a run for LA 28?
Great question. So Gus has actually been very, very adamant about not being sponsored by brands. He wants to do it, quote unquote.
He doesn't want to limit his opportunity.
He wants to do it, quote unquote, for the love of the game. He's doing it for the love of the game, baby. Yeah, he's pushing for London 28, but he's pushing actually for a new event, which is actually the mile steeple.
The mile steeple.
Yeah, the mile steeple. So he's got, as you guys know, he's got some hops. Where do you think Geordie learned to be a great steeplechaser? It wasn't just
Where did
Geordie.
the inspiration come from?
Yeah, it was Gus hopping here and there and everywhere.
Little Dr. Seuss flex.
Little Dr. Zeusy. He was a Greek god, right? Of lightning or something. Or poetry, yeah, of poetry. Gus will run at the 28 Olympics. He'll run in the mile steeplechase, and once he finishes, he'll look at Morgan George and I and be like, "Well, it was that easy. It was that easy." But yeah, he's been training pretty hard. I mean, he's a fit dog for a bulldog. He's got something wrong with him. I haven't figured it out yet. I've had him for 6 years.
Dad, probably.
Oh well, yeah. I probably don't help. Genetics, when you pass those down, it's shocking.
I love it. Are you big into cross training?
No, well, it depends on the cross training. If it's sitting, having a beer, playing video games, 100%. If it's doing the elliptical or the Stairmaster like George, no. I feel like you and George are very good at cross training, but I think cross training, the way people say it's cross training, like if you just said to as a leisure or as a fun activity, I'm going to go for a ride, but it becomes like a cross training exercise, I think you're in your sweet spot.
Yeah.
Saying it's cross training makes it worse.
I would say I'm little into cross training. I think it's valuable. As a training tool, I like biking. I have a kind of love-hate relationship with biking. In theory, I like biking, but then I always get my butt kicked, and that's tough. But biking is amazing. How you can literally, ride up a mountain, go stop, have a meal. That is cool. Can't do those things in running.
Yeah,
I'm little into cross training as a pro runner. I think there's a time and a place. Right now, I wouldn't include any cross training in my training. But with that said, I would recommend other people to do cross training for sure in different circumstances. So yeah,
it's a great way to gain fitness without putting yourself at risk for over mileage or injury from that. So it's a good option for you.
Oh, we got 4 questions from this guy. All right, we got to speed run these. How do you prep for call room formats? Do you stay active in the call room?
Depends. Really depends.
You kind of don't have a choice. It's kind of like whatever they tell you to do.
You're at the mercy of the meet at that point.
Sometimes it's 30 minutes before and they have you sitting down for 15 minutes. Yeah. Luckily, we know that from experience that even though that sounds counterintuitive to your warm-up, you still can go out and perform after it.
Watching the best athletes in the world and how they handle call rooms is actually really, really knowledgeable. And I think that's one of those things that relaxed. You absorb. Yeah, I think really relaxed, not stressed about the time, not stressed about did I take my bicarb in the window?
Or asking other people their PBs and stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore in the legit core rooms because everyone knows their PB. But I usually crack a joke. Sometimes people are they're alleviating that kind of stress for everyone because at the end of the day, the job's done. The only thing you can do now is overwork yourself in the core room. And I think Yeah, making sure you're warmed up. If it's cold, particularly if it's cold, you'll see people will keep their gear on. They'll move around, keep their. But most of the time we're competing in the summer and it's quite warm, so people are just staying relaxed, keeping out of the sun, and just progressing through that. And then when we get in the track and you do your strides, you're ready to go usually.
Yeah, you just have to plan your your warm up before it a little bit. Like, so let's say the big races might have a 30-minute core room or even longer, and then you have to obviously warm up earlier so that you're pretty ready to go by the time you go in. So normally maybe you would warm up 55 minutes before a race, then you have to add 20 minutes or so onto that. So that's kind of the only like actual logistical thing about it, I would say. But otherwise, yeah, staying relaxed, I feel like, is always the move. And you can often do like a little bit of stuff in there, but not too much. So, but they generally give you enough time once you get out there to still do a few more strides. How do you ensure you get a good night's sleep when traveling for camps or races? I think all of us actually tend to sleep really well when we travel, except for, international travel and jet lag can hit me pretty hard sometimes, but I generally sleep decently well. If I'm changing time zones, like to Europe or Australia, I will do like melatonin for the first few nights, often to try to help reset things and do all the normal stuff in the morning, like the coffee and like the getting the sunlight and stuff to try to get the body on there as quick as possible. But aside from that, I just try to sleep as much as I can. If I can't sleep, I'll just read my book, keep nice and chill, and just do all the normal stuff that you can, but don't make it a big deal. Don't try to stress about it too much.
Yeah. No, 100%. I think I'm in the same position. I think I feel like I'm a very good traveler, usually. And the one thing that I have actually really adapted now in my old age is decompression. Decompression of the plane, huge thing. I think it helps me actually sleep.
Like after travel, going to the gym and doing like what we call a decompression lift. Like, which
just getting your body out of that position of sitting on a plane. I think that really helps me set into where I am and also set into a sleep schedule. I feel like that's actually helped recently, but I've never really had big issues with it. But I know like a lot of the team do the similar thing. Some people can just sleep anywhere. Like
some people are really good.
Can sleep anywhere. Whereas like,
I'm on the lesser good side of sleep for sure.
Yeah. So
decompression lift for those. You can probably look it up, and there'll probably be some version of them online. But it's like dead hangs and just a bunch of other exercises to try to get like length back into your spine and your body, like moving again, getting things moving off to sitting for a long time and being all stuck. So yeah. Who would win in an all-out 100 from blocks? The blocks part, well, I would say even if it wasn't from blocks, this question would be really hard for us to answer. The blocks makes it even harder to answer.
Yeah. I still...
Because we're all actually decent at sprinting, but none of us are obviously close to like world class at sprinting. Like, we're like mid-distance runners. And so... And none of us have even tried to run like something like an all-out 400 for a very long time. Something that is at least comparable.
Yeah, it'd be very difficult in the blocks. I think for all three of us. I think it'd be. I think the one thing is I think people see George's kick or my event and be like, oh, okay, these guys are probably going to be it. But you'd be surprised. It's not always that simple with 100 meters in a block start.
There's probably not that much correlation,
and there's not much in it, so it just depends on who gets the upper edge.
It's probably
who can hold it.
It's a mental game.
It's a mental game, and who's got the best mental game?
Gus.
Morgan McDonald.
Gus.
Morgan McDonald has the best mental game.
How do you balance trying to race a lot in high fitness and not overdoing it to avoid injury? It's a good question.
That is a good question.
When we go through periods of lots of racing, you have to be very smart with how you plan your training around it so that you can continue to improve throughout a season and not overdo it with both injury and getting burnt out. That's why oftentimes you'll see people, particularly after shorter races, doing some form of a workout after the race, but then in the days after that, getting full recovery. So you keep your hard days hard and you keep your easy days easy.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to push it. I think if you feel like you're on the other side of being overcooked, then you're probably overcooked.
Take it easy. Chill. It's not going to help you.
Yeah.
Push
it's
into
not It's not going to like the whole mentality of the David Goggins smacking his leg. Well, I think it's his leg. Says it's time to get hard. it's not time to do that as a professional athlete. You need to make sure that you're ready and sharp.
Sometimes you got to be soft.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
This one comes from friend of the pod, David Ribeye Ribbich. If you could only wear short shorts or half tights as underwear, what do you choose?
Short shorts, 100%. Half tights too constrictive for me. I like.
But can you imagine wearing short shorts under jeans?
Yeah, but I could wear baggy jeans.
True.
Not the skinny ones.
The fact that the current fashion trend is baggy clothes
helps
a lot.
Helps with my.
Because actually, I'm on your side. I would go short shorts as well, except it just sounds uncomfortable wearing that underpants. But generally speaking, I would be rocking short shorts all the time.
I think I'd be rocking
if I had to.
I think I'm short guy.
Rather than rocking half tights.
I think
all
that's
the
an
time.
Australian thing too. I think like a lot of Aussies wear short shorts. So
fair. Pre-race caffeine routine.
Changed over the years, but mostly coffee. Yeah. Kai Robinson does like 17 Red Bulls because he doesn't drink coffee. I tried a Red Bull for the LA race, and I don't think it wasn't
work
for me. So I think I'll stick to the coffee, but caffeine gels as well.
Or caffeine pills. I tried caffeine pills early in the season. I talked about it on the pod, but I'm straying away from them because they were making me feel a little bit overly caffeinated. I think just like the way that they hit rather than a coffee. I think us guys,
there's a sweet spot with caffeine, eh? It's a sweet spot.
Well, yeah, like technically according to the science, like we could be taking a lot of caffeine based on our body weight. That's how they do it. But I'm more towards the side of let's not overly think this and let's just like have like a double or triple shot coffee drink. And if I feel like I need more, yeah, like you can take a caffeine gel or something. But I feel like I'm a bit afraid to overdo it with the caffeine rather than underdo it. So I feel like I'll get most of those performance gains and the positive feeling from being underdone. I think that's fine. So, yeah. Can I become the next subordinate of Gus? It's a great question. Who's the current subordinate? Us?
All of us.
Yeah.
Even including Tom. Like Tom, when Tom flies in here, he's not meeting with us. He's meeting with Gus.
We're not allowed to talk to him.
Yeah, we're not kind of in that position. We're more the minions, the characters.
We get told what to do, when to be there.
Exactly. So Tom and Gus will meet, and Tom, he comes back, and Tom, says like, "Hey guys, like I'm fighting for you," and
that's
stuff
what he
like
said.
that.
I don't know. I don't always believe him though, to be honest.
It's always 50-50
like,
sometimes because
Gus is intimidating.
Usually when we don't get our way with Gus, Tom goes, "Oh, don't worry, boys, I'm fighting for you," and it's like, well, you didn't fight hard enough. Because we don't want to, clean up his dog shit that he left.
Yeah, it's like before we were getting paid double and you came back from the meeting, now we're getting half the pay. Like, how did that happen?
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And like, he wants to be flown around all the time and he wants to invest in all these different things. Like, no, like he saw the Elon Musk thing and he's like all about investing like to become a trillionaire.
Second trillionaire.
And it's just like, dude, like we're trying our best here. We're pumping it out, but you're just not appreciative.
What more can we do?
Yeah, this is why we struggle with the HR department. We probably should get one, but I don't know. We'll see what happens in the near future if Tom can push that through over the line.
We've been trying to start a union, but dude, it's not.
Oh,
it's
you
not
got shut
well.
down. I woke up in the middle of the night with a paw on my face with a cease and desist letter, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to text George and Morgan. And I've never seen George scared of anyone. He doesn't fuck with Gus, so yeah,
fair. So yeah, you can become the next subordinate of Gus. Can I get free on shoes? Probably not.
No, I mean,
unless you ask really nicely.
Nothing is free.
What do we get in return?
Exactly, transactional.
Not to say that I haven't sent people free on shoes if they guilt trip me and ask me really nicely, but I'm pretty confident saying no to someone on the internet.
I tell you what though, if you DM on every single day, can I get free shoes, please? I'm a big Coffee Club fan. I reckon you could get a free pair of shoes. I reckon on might be able to pull something.
If everyone goes to the on account and tells them how much you love Coffee Club, they'll probably send you.
And say, I love Coffee Club so much. Can I get a free pair of shoes?
And you like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, perfect.
Book recs for people who also love Lord of the Rings, Sanderson, Name of the Wind, etc.
Pierce Brown,
Red Rising
series.
Will of the Many.
Strength of the Few, which has just currently been released.
Book 2. Dungeon Crawler Carl, the current series that I'm reading.
Yeah. Uh, what's that?
Game of Thrones.
What's that one you mentioned that I actually was thinking about reading? It's like the detective vampire one.
Was that me?
Yeah, and he goes in the end. I don't want to spoil it, but like there's like time travel involved, and he goes back in time.
You talking about Darren Shan?
Maybe.
That's like a kid series though.
So
Yeah, Darren Shan, dude, look it up. If anyone in our, I think he's maybe Australian. I don't know. Like I feel like maybe it's more of an Australian thing. If anyone listening grew up and read the Darren Shan books, oh man, let's chat because that had a profound impact on me.
Also, Goosebumps. I've been reading some Goosebumps.
Dude, throwback.
Yeah, throwbacks.
But yeah, definitely Red Rising would be our number one.
That's my number one pick for sure.
And then I also would have to say Will of the Many, and those are like the strongest ones, I think. And those are two series which are actually going to get finished, which is
that's the problem.
huge.
Patrick Rothfuss. Yeah, I just don't see him finishing the third book.
Yeah.
I mean, not in time. He'd have to make multiple books too. But
Game of Thrones, like I would recommend you read it, but also same. It's like
the theory with
good.
I've read all the side stuff like Duncan the Tool and incredible world building but I think as well I have a theory that when George R. R. Martin passes away, which is hopefully no time soon, but when we pass on, I reckon maybe the books get released.
Dude, that's wishful thinking right there.
I reckon they would get released, and I reckon the reason why he's done that is so he doesn't get critiques and backlash because like this is law. Because the Game of Thrones, particularly with how the season ended on Max, HBO Max, people weren't too happy with it. But you watching House of Dragon, Morgan?
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah,
I'm not into that.
I'm not watching it. I'm looking forward to.
I'm just a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms stan now.
Yeah, I do love that show. It's an excellent
waiting
show.
For season 2. Yeah, I'm moving to Australia in 2 months in a working visa. Where should I look to live? Well, first off,
Randwick.
That's incredibly exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting. Congratulations.
Randwick, I mean, so Ollie has named my suburb. I was going to joke and say Cronulla, which is Ollie's suburb, pretty much.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I was about to say you can't go wrong, but you can go wrong. Like there are certain places that you
yeah 100%. I think like it depends on if you can live wherever you want to live.
There's some very expensive
places, very nice places to live in Australia, not just in Sydney area, but in up the Sunshine Coast, in Melbourne, in Perth,
if you're
Adelaide,
near the beach,
solid.
You're doing very well for yourself.
That would be my recommendation. Live close to the beach. Live in a cool town close to the beach.
Especially if you're on a working visa. That's where I think you'll be able to find a good mix of local culture, but also a lot of other people who are in a similar situation to you. If that's something not everyone would want to.
Yeah, and depending unless you're married, engaged, dating, or in a situationship, maybe you'll meet the love of your life in Australia. Some Australian might sweep you off your feet. Who knows? But look, good luck with it. Enjoy, and yeah, hope you find your special place.
It's probably going to be Randwick.
Yeah, probably Randwick.
That'll probably be a special place.
Coogee.
If you want to live with a lot of Irish people, go there.
Go to Coogee.
Go there for sure. How do you interpret? I love this question. How do you interpret how you feel on a pre-race warm-up? At times it's bad, but I race well. It's pretty spot on there, isn't it?
That's exactly like when I go to a pre-race like warm-up, I just don't think about it anymore because sometimes I felt really good, race terrible. Sometimes I felt really good, race amazing. Sometimes I felt bad, raced amazing, and then sometimes I felt bad and raced bad. So really, I don't think it really doesn't. It's such a weird thing because you'd think if you feel good, you're going to race good, but it hasn't worked for that for me either. And I know a lot of people have said the same thing. So yeah, I would say just don't even think about it. Just get your warm up done, get through it, and then just get excited for the race as much as you can. That's the way I kind of go into it.
Yeah, I'm in the exact same. I think you got to decouple those two things and know that you will have a large variety of feelings in your pre-race because of the nerves and everything else that's going on in your body. Taper. Most people feel weird because of tapering as well. But just got to interpret those feelings, whether they're good or bad, as your body getting ready to race. And that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
You just got to go and execute and do the things that, you plan to do. And that's it. Do you need to be fast, have a big mustache, or do big mustaches make you fast?
We've had the mustache question comes back, and I'm I'm all for it. You know what? Neck beards. I reckon neck beards are going to be in a couple years. Grow out a neck beard and you're going to be so fast because if you think about it, the wind's going towards your face. You're collecting all this wind and then you can use it. Yeah, you can use it as like a propulsion system. So, but yeah, I mean, I think any sort of facial hair, you're running fast.
True. How do you measure your effort while cross training and how often do you do it a week?
I don't.
Currently 0.
Yeah.
I use heart rate though, generally. I use
which is what I use generally as well if I'm cross training.
But it's like you can't really you can't read too much. Like your heart rate cross training is gonna be different to running, so you have to take it with a grain of salt and just like make that kind of conversion depending on the activity that you're doing. And if I'm on a bike, like a stationary bike, like I'll use power to kind of measure out like a session or whatever. But yeah, I mean, probably like RPE is the strongest, most reliable thing that you can always use if you're smart. I can't do that because I need numbers in front of me to tell me what to do. But
numbers also help because cross training is kind of hard to judge the effort that we want to get out of it, and we don't want to overdo it or underdo it. So that's where the numbers come in. That's why Geordie's so good with numbers. I think he's quite good at the cross training.
When will Coach Byrne be joining the podcast now that he's only coaching Morgan? I mean,
this is your question. This is not
mine. This is Gus's question because they've actually been in talks for quite a while. But the number is just like it's a lot.
Yeah, Mick is a highly desirable guest, and yeah, Gus is just
it's like fierce negotiations. Right,
I think Gus has got a little bit of jealousy there. I think he felt like he has Morgan under his wing or under his paw, and Mick is kind of stealing him a little bit away. So maybe there's a bit of animosity there. We don't know, but
yeah,
it's in negotiations.
They're not going well.
It's in negotiations,
but they are still ongoing. So there is a hope.
Well, there is hope there.
This is a great question coming here. Who was the naughtiest out of George, Morgan, and Ollie, and got the most spankings growing up?
Geordie.
The thing is, I knew you were going to say Geordie because we've heard rumors from his parents.
His parents have told us he was a naughty boy. He was 100% a naughty boy.
Between the two of us, I did get spanked a lot.
Yeah, so did I.
I was pretty naughty.
Yeah,
I was pretty annoying.
I was naughty, but I would be pretty good and then just do something really bad and then I get spanked. But Geordie 100% naughty because of Simon. Simon's told us all. So
some things went down.
We'll let Geordie talk about that next time he's on the pod.
Yeah. You're ordering a 3-topping pizza. What are the toppings? Does like the tomato sauce count or no? So are we saying like tomato sauce, the sauce and the cheese is like that's
standard,
and then it's 3 toppings on top of that?
Yeah, because I could go a lot of ways here, and you could go a lot of ways.
I think we have to say that those are standardized, and then it's on top of.
Okay.
You can have whatever base you want, and you can have like nice mozzarella cheese, and then 3 toppings on top of that.
Okay.
What would you say?
For me, can I change the sauce? I can't change the sauce.
You can.
Right.
Yeah.
I want spicy vodka sauce on the bottom. I want cheese standard. Then I want ham, pickled jalapenos, and probably like some rosemary.
Rosemary?
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's it.
That's yummy. Mine's easy. Like I only need 2. Can you guess what they are?
Ham
and pineapple.
Are you actually going to ham and pineapple?
Sorry, I just said that to trigger something.
I was going to say, Cynthia's about to throw her laptop across the room.
So pissed at me right now.
Yeah.
Like, she actually hates that. The
thing is, why does she hate it so much, though? Because pineapple is good on pizza. It is.
Not according to Italians.
Yeah, but you have to understand, like, pizza, people put Nutella on pizza.
Yeah,
put bananas on pizza. Like,
it's a big no-no.
People put anchovies on pizza. Like,
big no-no.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think Italians are a little bit too hard on the pineapple thing. I think when you go to Italy and you're in Italy, I understand no pineapple on the pizza. I understand that. But if you're at home and you want to put some pineapple on it, I don't think I have an issue with that. But I'm not a fussy eater. I had the seafood diet. I see some seafood, and oh wait,
Damn, you get it next time.
oh.
My actual answer is probably I'll go like prosciutto fungi style.
So
or
prosciutto and mushroom because I know Italian.
I'll do that, or I would go more like a diavola with like some spicy.
Salami.
Yeah, that type of vibe.
Hell yeah.
Pretty basic though. Honestly, like
Hell yeah.
I'm kind of. I mean, guys, come on. I'm kind of a purist. I don't think Cinta would agree with this, but I'm kind of a purist. So like, if it's got good tomato sauce base and it's got good cheese, I mean, what more do you really need?
Yeah,
Not much.
Morgan doesn't need much.
What are some current trends in running that seem genius, but in the future, I can't read the bottom of this, will be, I'm going to assume it says debunked.
Could you repeat that question?
Oh, actually, no, I got it here. What are some current trends in running that seem genius, but in the future will be irrelevant?
I'm going to really piss off a lot of people here.
Norwegian? No, go ahead.
The rope swinging?
Yes.
That's going to be irrelevant.
I wish George was here to defend that and say why he does it.
The rope swinging is...
It is a trend. It's anything like that.
I've spoken to like 4 or 5 people who are way more better than me at all this, like at knowing about stuff particularly about the body, and they've all said it's bullshit. So I'm going off them. The rope swinging for sure, 100%. I think as well, probably. I think the amount of threshold. I think that's going to be changing. I think people do too much threshold now and they think more and more is better, but more is not always better. I think there is a sweet spot for threshold combining with VO2 max, combining with speed naturally comes through. I think people are doing too much threshold. I think it's great though.
That's a big hot take. Lots of people in our Discord that are seeing big gains.
Yeah.
Not going to be happy about that.
But like they're probably at that threshold where they don't need to do any more. That's the threshold. Like I think people are going to keep going up and up. Oh, if I can handle this, I got to do more. I think if you're finding those gains from the threshold you're doing now, I think that's where the sweet spot is. You've hit it. You're going to progress. You're going to grow. You're going to be amazing. I just don't think like, I did 14 miles of threshold. I'm going to do 16.
So you don't believe in infinite threshold anymore?
No, but infinite threshold passes that curve.
Oh, it like transcends it.
It transcends it.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm a big believer in infinite threshold. No, go on, sorry.
No, I was just going to say that I almost like agree with you on both of those points. The rope swing thing is like so obviously like blown out of proportion right now because it's like anything. It's like
you know what it reminds me of, Morgan? You know that Lance Armstrong like
the Live Strong?
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. The bands, like seeing some of the athletes do it, I'm just like, oh, like it's just, I just think it's stupid, but that's just me, bro.
Well, I wouldn't quite compare it to that.
I'm probably wrong.
I would say that there's definitely, it's one of those things where there's probably so much nuance and complexity to it that like probably for some people it's beneficial, but
I guess, that's true.
But it's not like going to be something that's like everyone needs to be doing this, where like probably what's actually really important is just movement, like moving your body in different ways. Because running, you're always moving them in a certain way and then sitting down. It's like, if you move your body in slightly different ways, you're probably going to get good benefits from that. And I guess the rope swinging is just one method of doing it. I'm sure there's so many other things that you could be doing that are similar that would give your body benefits. But yeah, that's just like the current popular trend.
You know what the best thing is, and I know it's hard to access sometimes, is to lie in a pool. Lying in a pool is way better than the rope swinging. I think it really opens up your body.
Lie in a pool.
And Morgan's favorite, pelvic flooring. I think that's really good.
Wait, what's pelvic flooring?
Working the pelvic floor.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's really good too.
That's something that, we don't, that's, yeah. We can move on from that.
We can move on from that, yeah.
The threshold stuff, I mean, obviously I'm a big believer in the threshold, so I don't exactly agree with you on that.
As Aussies call it, threshy.
Threshy, I love the threshy.
The threshy?
I think that like the current big like things about it, with it being like the Norwegian method and like all that stuff, is going to be like soon enough that'll be like washed over, because that's all just like marketing that certain people have conjured up in order to sell you products pretty much. Because at the end of the day, it's like there's people that have been training like this for so long, and it's just like objectively like, well, I guess nothing's really objective, but in many ways it's just smart, consistent and sustainable training. Like it's actually just the same fundamentals, but it's just people weren't aligning with them because they thought there was different, better ways to train because different people were doing that, and that's what was more popular. And I think that's just the cycle, is that whoever's crushing at the top there and trying to sell you something, they're going to try and monetize it and try to put a label on it. And this has a really strong label and really strong branding behind it due to certain people. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's that complicated. I think it's just like good, solid training, and it's smart in a lot of ways, and it just makes sense. And so I think that's going to stick around for a long time for sure, like that aspect of it. But I think the branding and all that stuff associated with it will hopefully at some point die down a little bit, because a lot of that is just noise, I would say, distracting from the actually what matters. So yeah. Oh, interesting question. Whenever y'all compete at championships, does your family have to pay to watch you race? I think this episode's going to be split into 2 episodes maybe, because it ended up being so long.
Yeah.
But that was a lovely, fun experience, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great. It was very fun.
Are you tired? I'm really tired right now.
I'm super tired. I'm hungry. I didn't eat lunch.
What?
And I got to fly.
We should have got this episode catered
in an hour. We should have had a catered episode. But no, I enjoyed it. I think it was very, very fun and special to hear from our fans. So.
Yeah, as always. Well, let's go get some lunch then.
Yeah. I've already ordered a lunch. That's what I was on
you
phone.
did?
Yeah. I ordered pizza because you kept talking about it.
Oh, I love that. Did you order it to here or to home?
Nah, to home. So it'll meet me there hopefully in like 20 minutes.
Smart. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much again to everyone who submitted the questions. It was lots of fun. We hope to be able to do this again and get to more of them. It was awesome. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of the Coffee Club podcast. This has been Ollie Morgan, and we look forward to seeing you guys all again next week. See ya.
See ya.